Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 18th. This week, we're going to just jump right in here, as always, and see what is going on for you at this time, Libra. There will be a part 2 to this reading, and it'll be linked up in the description down below. But this looks pretty good. You have this distinctive potential card. I'm going to read it to you in just a second. But the thing is, you also have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is the card of potential. So the Ace of Pentacles is a great card, of course. But as I always say, the Ace of Pentacles requires work for sure. So, something that has potential just has potential. What you do with it from there is up to you. So you have this distinctive potential card. It says, rely on your faith in the knowledge that nothing is impossible. Use your determination to hang in there until you realize your goal. So whatever your goal is, I feel like there's much more that you can accomplish with your goal. We actually see this here. It's a pretty simple reading. Ace of Pentacles to the Two of Wands. Two of Wands kind of, I'll explain it in a minute, but he thinks that he has accomplished everything that he can accomplish, but he has the whole world in his hands. So, he can accomplish so much more. You even have the Two of Cups. On the Two of Cups, those people are meant to look different, and it could just say there's a different outcome for you than you realize. So, pretty good stuff. You start off with the Seven of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says, when you know that something is for you, it is for you. When you know that you will be successful doing something, then you will be successful doing something. So the Seven of Wands is kind of like about that says, when there is no other way, the only way is for you to be successful. So when we have that belief that, we're going to be successful with something, then we will be successful. Kind of reminds me, there's like one of my favorite motivational speeches on YouTube. There's one, I think it's like, there is no plan B or something like that. I don't know. I'll try to find it. I'll try to remember to post it down below if you want to watch it. But the whole point of the video is that the guy who's giving the speech says, plan B distracts from plan A. So he says there is no plan B. And that always reminds me of the Seven of Wands. It's like, if you have a plan or a goal or something you want to achieve, there is no plan B. Just make it plan A and just make it happen, right? And people always challenge me on this, and they always say, well, what if it doesn't work? I'm like, well, it's not going to work then. If you are already coming at it like saying, what if it doesn't work? It's like, there are plenty of people who are plan A people. It's like, look at Elon Musk, for example, I bet you, regardless of how you feel about him, I bet your ass, he'll be on Mars by the time he's, 80 or something like that, right? He'll do it. That's his goal. So there is no plan B for him. And I kind of feel that for you. Next, you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a card of planting seeds. It's a card of like, kind of equal give and take. But for you, I kind of feel like you're planting seeds towards a goal, wish, or dream. And I say that because the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a card of potential, and you can see here, there's a garden in the front of the card. So to me, the Ace of Pentacles is a card of potential. There's also a mountain through this archway here, and it's like mountains in the tarot. They represent achievements or needing to achieve something, but it's like you have to climb the mountain to get to the top. So I feel for a lot of you, there are some mountains to climb. There is some work to do, but if you do the work on something, you are going to be very successful. Next, you have the Hummingbird. The Hummingbird is another card of being successful. Hummingbird, the animal totem meaning for hummingbirds is that hummingbirds go on long distance journeys to get to their nectar. And so it can be a card of like going very long distances to get something. And I kind of feel that for you. I feel like this is saying that you've been on a very long journey and now you're about to get to your reward, but it's saying like, don't give up now. You can also see that this one has like a red throat on it, and I do feel like that something needs to come out. That's what I feel here. Let's see. You have the King of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the King of Swords. This could be some sort of truth that needs to come out with the King of Swords. But I really feel that it's like your own inner truth. The King of Swords, he really represents wisdom or something that you're good at. So sometimes I feel with the King of Swords that it's like the truth that needs to come out is your own inner voice, your own inner wisdom, or something that you know. So I kind of feel that. I'm also getting something about something legal here, Libra. It's just popping into my head. If you're dealing with something legal, the King of Swords can be law and order. You have the Two of Wands here. Again, the Two of Wands, I feel, is your most important card here in this spread. The Two of Wands, he thinks that he has accomplished everything he wants in his life, but He's holding that world in his hands. He's looking out at the world in front of him, and he needs to realize that there are many more things that he could accomplish if he wanted to. He just has to get out into the world. The whole point is that he's standing at the top of the castle. He feels like he has accomplished everything that he could possibly accomplish, but really, there's so much more that he could accomplish. He could do so much more with his life, and I feel like some of you just need to believe that with the Two of Wands energy. With the King of Wands, number one, I do feel like this could be love that's coming in for you. It looks like if there's love coming in for you, it could be someone who's very different than your usual type. You have the Two of Cups, and again, the Two of Cups, the two people on the Two of Cups are meant to look very different, but they have very solid communication. There's clearly some news or communication coming in for you this week that's going to be important. It doesn't matter if it's love or not. For some of you, I feel like love could be part of it, but I feel like there's like other important communication coming in for you. It could be coming in through a friend or something like that. So I'd keep your ears open, but I do feel like this could be love coming in for you, this King of Wands energy. I'd say it's someone who's like very bold, very assertive, definitely a good person. Next, you have this shield. It says you need to defend yourself, and you have this dog barking. It says advice from a friend. I feel that for some of you that this is just saying, have healthy boundaries in love. Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is about kind of setting up healthy boundaries so that you don't get hurt, doing things to make sure that you're protecting yourself, avoiding old mistakes as well. So I would make sure to do all those things. I do feel like there could be good advice from a friend as well. If a friend is coming in and telling you something about a person that you're talking to, I would listen to that advice, of course, with this energy. I also, again, I feel like there is very important communication coming in for you this week. The weird thing is I don't see the communication in the reading. And what I mean by that is like the communication is here. I feel that there's communication coming in, but I don't know what the communication is. Like for I feel like love could be part of it. I'm gonna pull an extra row before we even move on to part two, so we'll figure it out in just a second. But it is kind of interesting. You have the Two of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Page of Cups here. For some of you, the whole entire reading is saying you need to set yourself free. Really, the Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restriction. And it's also a card of like putting yourself in prison. She could easily set herself free by leaning up against the swords, and she would cut her hands free, and then she would be able to take her blindfold off, and she would be able to see things clearly, but she has to set herself free to do that. And so you could be setting yourself free for love with the Page of Cups, could be an admirer. The Page of Cups could also be a dream. That fish that exists in that cup might be in his imagination. That fish might not exist. So for some of you, I feel like you've been working towards something for a very long period of time, like a goal, wish, or dream. And I feel like this is saying keep going. Even the Two of Cups, could be love, but the Two of Cups can be you and your higher self. It could be you and your higher self. This is a staff of Hermes right between those two people, and that represents communication. So there could be again, I feel like there's communication. I do feel like there is communication coming in for you, and I feel this communication is going to be very important. I want to see what this card is. Three of Pentacles could be about someone wanting to work on a team with you. It could also be communication about the work that you do. Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work. It's a card of hard work. It's a card of following a plan as well. So it could be communication about that, but let's see. You have the Three of Swords. I would definitely be careful of communication from the past. That's for sure. That could be why it wasn't showing up in the reading. So if someone is trying to communicate with you from the past, you might want to draw some boundaries. You might want to protect yourself from that. You have the Ace of Swords. Could be the truth, though. Again, there's clearly something about a truth being revealed or coming out here in your reading, Libra. And the Ace of Swords would be a truth. The Ace of Swords would be a victory. My problem with the Ace of Swords is that the Ace of Swords cuts both ways. Whenever I get readings like this, I'm always like, you might want to protect yourself if you don't want to hear from someone from the past, because the Ace of Swords can be the truth. So it's like you're having a victory because you're getting the truth, but at the same time, the truth might be, it's like if you found out your ex cheated on you with your cousin or something like that, it's like, do you really want to know that? The answer is probably no. You probably don't really want to know that. So I think sometimes people, it's like, this is one of those things where it's kind of giving me the be careful what you wish for vibes, because it's like sometimes I think we ask for something like the truth and we get the truth, but then we regret it. That's what I'll say there. And finally, you have the Fool. I don't know. I mean, at the same time, yeah, it might hurt, but it could be the thing that sets you free. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. You know, he's standing at the top of this cliff and he's ready to go. He's also kind of prepared for a new beginning. He has this tiny little sack on his back. And I always say that tiny little sack, it represents the fact that he doesn't need anything for his long journey. Like the hummingbird, you know, he's about to go from the Fool to the World. He's going to go through the whole major arcana. He's going on this very long journey. And I feel like some of you could be going on a very long journey in your life. Number one, I kind of feel this is one of those readings that's asking you to be careful with the truth. I don't think it's like a bad thing, but again, if you don't want to be hurt, I would be careful of that. Part of me feels like you already know the truth because of this right here. And it's like, do you really need the confirmation, right? The Eight of Swords, it's like she has this blindfold on and she's like choosing not to see what she already knows. So I feel for those of you that have been in like a weird situation or who don't want to hear from someone from the past, I would protect yourself. I do feel like kind of like the Fool is saying, accept the new beginning here with the Ace of Pentacles, because it's like the new beginning is going to be much, much better for you if you pick a new beginning. You know, the Fool, it represents something pure as well. He has this white rose behind him, and the white rose in tarot, it represents purity and kind of like picking the pure path, which would be the new path. So for those of you looking for love, I would definitely say pick new love, move towards new love. For all of you, really, I feel like there's like a new opportunity coming in for you, something you've been working towards for a long time. I don't know. We're going to figure it out in part 2. So part 2 is linked up in the description down below.